Hey guys, it's me, Shane. Welcome back. I'm here to give you the part 2 to the video of teachers and mentors in anime. If you remember last week, I gave you numbers 10 through 6, and this time I'm going to give you numbers 5 through 1. So as always, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified about more videos like this. I really do appreciate all you guys that take time to subscribe and that you take time to watch the videos. So I got some notes here because 5 through 1, pretty good. And I got some notes up here. So number 5, let's jump right into this. From My Hero Academia, it is Shota Izawa, also known as, Eraserhead. Yeah, Eraserhead is pretty good teacher. It was between him and All Might, but I had to go with Izawa for several reasons. And those reasons being, one, he's not just mentoring one or two students that have called his attention. He's mentoring all of Class A1 in My Hero Academia of the academy. It's not just you know Deku, Bakugo. It's all of them. And as a matter of fact, he's actually also teaching guy's name right here, Hitoshi Sensho. If you don't remember him, remember the first tournament arc? He was the guy whose quirk, if you answer him any question he asks, you're instantly paralyzed. He's he's pretty amazing. He's really strong, and I won't spoil the latest chapters in the manga, but he does something that's so incredibly badass that's like it kind of just cemented him on here. Some other facts about him is the fact that his binding cloth fighting technique, there were no other teachers for him when he was going through the academy that could teach him how to fight like that. So he made up this entire fighting style by himself and had to teach him. He's pretty smart and he's really intuitive to what his students need. As a matter of fact, he deeply cares about them. He even called Midoriya a slacker, but after he saw how determined he was, he even turned around on him. So that's kind of why he bumped out All Might. All Might was really focusing just on Midoriya, and while I love that relationship, he also realized he had to focus on the other students. Izawa knew that from jump, and that's why Izawa is our number 5 on this list. Now I move on to our number 4, who is from Yu Yu Hakusho. It's Genkai. It's Granny Genkai. Yeah, Genkai, she is over 70 years old and had the ability to unleash her true power and sort of revert back to her younger and prime form in both the anime and in the manga. Now in the anime, uh, she ends up dying in the Dark Tournament. Well, outside of Dark Tournament, Toguro ends up killing her, giving Urameshi some more motivation in order to go and fight him. But she comes back, and she ends up leaving the whole grounds to her dojo to the group. So when she dies, they get all that. That's pretty dang amazing, right? But in manga, she dies and she stays dead. Relevancy, like always, you had to know why she's relevant. Is her student relevant? Yeah, she's also the reason why Kuwabara learned some more techniques to become a better fighter along with Urameshi. And every technique that Urameshi has, he learns from her. She even to the very end, up until her death, she was still training him. She shows great care for the characters. And as a matter of fact, was actually a former pal of Toguro, and she can kick butt. When she first showed up as the mass fighter, she was knocking dudes out left and right. Just I could not pass up Genkai on this list. The only question was, where did you put her? She's above Izawa because you know she's so old, but she's still kicking butt. Even though Izawa, all of his students in 1A are known and they're like the top of the top, she may have only trained Urameshi, Kuwabara, and the person that Urameshi replaced, but she's still totally badass and awesome. And this brings us to our number 3. Now, 2 and 3 were hard to figure out where I'm going to put them, but just like with number 5, this number 3 spot, he's trained more than just one person and does not overlook students just because of personal feelings, but also trains them because of personal feelings, which leads him to training more. And this person is Jiraiya from Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. Jiraiya. I know I love it. Most of the characters on this list, if not all of them, Jiraiya is amazing. Not only has he raised, well, I hate to say raised, but he raised because he's the grand, not grand, but the godfather of Naruto. He raised Naruto to be a Hokage in the future. He even trained Naruto's dad. He was trained by the third Hokage. He's one of the Sanin, the three Sanin, and they got their name because they fought Hanzo, one of the toughest, most badass ninjas, and he was so impressed by the fact that they stood up against him when he had already defeated all their companions. He gave him the name Sanin, and that carried over. This guy was fighting well into his 50s. I think he was actually either 52 or 54 when he died. He ended up fighting Pain, one of the most iconic villains in Naruto, one on one before he even realized what his special ability was, and was able to pass that along to Naruto and help Naruto unleash his full ability of using the Kyuubi chakra. So one that just he's world renowned and he's strong. When he fought Orochimaru half-heartedly, he was still on equal footing with him. Most ninja did not want to fight him to the point where when Itachi and Kasame were trying to capture Naruto, they're like, we can't fight this guy. If we come across him, we're just gonna run. Wow. As I mentioned before, Naruto, he grows up to become Hokage. Naruto is the most famous ninja within the Hidden Leaf Village. Um, he even teaches Naruto the technique that he helped his father develop. So, as we notice, these mentors are giving these students their iconic techniques, and there you go. It's the same thing with Naruto. Uh, Going just a smaller rant. I kind of wish it was Kakashi that had stayed dead instead of Jiraiya, but it is what it is. Don't be mad at me, Kakashi fans. And actually, to a thing of note, while everyone else who had died throughout the series was brought back to life towards the large climax of Naruto Shippuden, couldn't find Jiraiya's body. That shows how amazingly strong he is, because if they had found him, that probably would have turned the tide of the war completely. Just Jiraiya, one of the best all-time favorite characters. Super strong, super funny, super serious. You can't go wrong with putting him at number 3. Going on to number 4. Oh, to cut myself off. That's also the reason why I put him over Kakashi. Yes, Kakashi trained Team 7. They're all great ninjas. They're all known ninjas. But he had a bias towards Sasuke because he reminded him of his friend. And yeah, Jiraiya has familiar bonds with Naruto, with being, having trained Naruto's father, Minato. But Kakashi knew that Naruto needed help. He needed help controlling his chakra. He needed far more help than Sasuke did. And he just kind of left him aside. He didn't end up helping him until after the time skip, and he's, 15, 16. The only thing he needed help with was realizing the full extent of his shadow clones. Shame on you, Kakashi. Shame on you. Now, back to number 2. Number 2 is a character that has just been announced for Dragon Ball FighterZ. One of my close favorite characters, and character I'm glad got more love in the continuous series, Dragon Ball Super. It is Muten Roshi. Master Roshi is number 2 on this list. Can you believe it? I put a Dragon Ball character at number 2. Why did I put him? Why didn't I pick Whis? Why didn't I pick anybody else? Excuse me. Well, if you remember from the top 10 Goku fights, which I'll put the link in the bottom there, I said that the Jackie Chan fight got a honorable mention, and Master Roshi actually succeeded in the way he wanted to train Goku. He didn't want him to instantly start winning and say, "Well, this is it. He's gonna get sloppy. He's gonna get arrogant, and not want to fight anymore." That didn't happen. Master Roshi went ahead and took the beating and beat his student, and actually kept competing to the point where, you know, Goku ended up naturally surpassing him because he beat the people that Roshi couldn't beat. But he also taught Goku the iconic Kamehameha technique. Goku couldn't, beef up like Master Roshi could when he did the Max Kamehameha wave and blew up the moon. For now, it feels like there's always a moon. There's several moons on that Earth. But anyway, blew up the moon so he could go back to his normal form. And he is the one that trained Grandpa Gohan. Grandpa Gohan, who found and raised Goku and taught him a little bit of fighting. The same Grandpa Gohan that Son Gohan got his name from. Master Roshi's influence within his students runs deep in the show. And dare I say, if it wasn't for him, Goku wouldn't be as strong as he is now. Goku wouldn't have gotten to the level of Ultra Instinct or the level of God. As a matter of fact, Master Roshi's also trained the strongest man and the the strongest baseball player on Earth. He trained Krillin. He helped Krillin learn his techniques when he was younger. He helped Yamcha after Yamcha was kind of tired of getting beat up in Dragon Ball. Yamcha trained with him and also learned the Kamehameha wave. Master Roshi showed up in the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Super and just showed folks, I can use a containment wave on you guys. I can beat you. He pushed himself to the limit. I believe on Team Universe 7, I believe he was maybe the fourth. I think he was like the fourth person to get eliminated, which is pretty awesome for a guy at his age, and he's still been training. So notoriety among the kung fu, the martial arts world in Dragon Ball. He trained the top characters, and the top guy who just keeps on going on and fighting. He did the right thing, and there's a reason why he has kept his drive, and he's still relevant, and he can still kick butt. I wouldn't mess with Master Roshi if I saw him down the street. That's just me. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, well, you put your Dragon Ball character at number 2. You got Jiraiya at number 3. Who's number 1? Number 1 is a character who I have, from both the anime that she's in, I've never seen her lose, not once. Very, very strong. It is Izumi Curtis from Full Metal Alchemist. Who was Izumi Curtis, you say? This is Izumi Curtis. Notice the box braids. Fun fact, those are not dreads, those are actually box braids, which leads me to believe that while she does have a paler skin, I believe she actually might be a mixed character. Might be mix of whatever constitutes black in Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and mixed with the European of where the continent she's in. She's a badass lady. She's one of the strongest humanoid characters in that entire universe. Let's just run down her first, and then we'll talk about her students. She is a self-taught alchemist. Yeah, in the original Full Metal Alchemist, they tried to say she had a teacher, but in the manga and in Brotherhood, she's self-taught. She's highly intelligent, highly intellectual, and the thing about it is, she can also do alchemy without using a seal of some sort, because she also tried to bring somebody back with the forbidden art and end up making a homunculus. Here's the thing about it. She is missing most of her internal organs throughout the entire series until the end. Her major organs are gone. And there are certain points, even though it's played up for comedy most of the time, where she coughs up blood and she is steadily fighting people. She fights grizzly bears. She fought Sloth, the homunculus Sloth, who's not like Glutton, he's huge. Fought him and was able to knock him back. She has some of the best physical prowess. She has some of the best speed. Even her husband, who is several feet taller than her, cowers beneath her awesome aura, her awesome might. She's very strong, very stern, and her attitude pretty much matches her lead student, Edward Alric. She taught both Edward and Alphonse Alric. And as a matter of fact, talk about techniques. Well, her making spear weapons That's where Edward gets that from. Even though it's just coincidence. Well, coincidence and fate that they both engaged in the forbidden ritual. They're both able to make the weapons. Most of the things that she uses is the environment around her. She's gone toe to toe with homunculus and survived. Her students are world famous. The youngest state alchemist and his brother, who was in the shell of a armor, whose soul is bonded to it. She taught both of them. Both of them go on to do amazing things, and not just the original anime, but the Brotherhood anime that's based on the manga. She's just fantastic. The little symbol that's on her chest, the alchemic symbol, it's right there on Edward's back, and that's the symbol that most people see when they see his long jacket. Izumi is right up there with Oliver Armstrong, another very strong, badass lady who commands tons of respect. There was no one who had the same accolades as this character. Is she old? No. But she has crippling injury, an All Might level injury, and is still going on fighting, teaching, taught her world renowned alchemic students, and just going around commanding respect, demanding respect, fighting bears, fighting huge homunculi. Doesn't get any better than Izumi Curtis, and I highly recommend anyone to watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood if you have not. Well, everybody, that was our top 10. Do you agree with my choices? Do you agree with my placement of these characters? Who do you feel was missing? I know a lot of people are going to probably think Kakashi's missing and All Might's missing, but hey, let me know in the comment section down below. Tell me what you think about all this. Please, as always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Guys, be good, be blessed, wear a mask, Black Lives Matter. And as always, I will definitely see you next time.